it's a lot about how we don't move enough. And so there's a lot of stagnant energy, and we don't connect a lot with our body, and it affects the brain.
After leaving the corporate 9-to-5 grind, I became the boss of my own spiritual business, helping others explore and navigate the human experience from insight, wisdom, and lessons learned along the way. Today, I help aspiring spiritual entrepreneurs gain the confidence to share their gifts with the world. Welcome to the Happy Healing Shop podcast. I'm your host, Trang Pham Nguyen, and each week we'll dive into incredible stories of strength, resilience, and transformation. So, if you are ready for some serious breakthroughs, laughs and tears, and stories that will inspire you, you are in the right place, my friend. Let's get started.
Well, hello there, and welcome to my car. I just got out of a Tai Chi Qigong class. Went to try it for the first time to see what it's about. And last week, I tried their energy movement class, and today I tried their Tai Chi Qigong class. And I guess you can say it's a new spiritual or healing modality that I guess in the Trang Tries It series. I couldn't record it because obviously I would have to get permission from people in the class, but I just wanted to share my experience about it. So starting off with Tai Chi and Qigong, it's movement, slow movement, and you're moving energy. That's kind of the basis of it here. First of all, it's called Brain and Body, and there's a couple locations throughout the nation, but and I found them actually on YouTube. So they have an amazing YouTube channel called Brain Education TV, I believe. So I decided to check out one of their in-person classes. It's about an hour. You know, when you think about those commercials online and you see Tai Chi, people doing Tai Chi in the park and it's slow movement and it seems easy, it's kind of like that actually, except you break into a very light sweat that you kind of don't expect. And the last maybe like 15 to 20 minutes, it's kind of sitting in a pose or being in a pose and kind of like a stretch pose, and then finally relaxing and laying maybe down for the last 5 minutes. At least that's what today's class is. Each class is probably a little different. It's different on each instructor or their style. But overall, like the routines you have, and it's not choreographed routines. Honestly, what I like is that it's, I would say, like accessible to everyone. So you don't have to, like for me, yoga can be intimidating because there's some people that are just really advanced level, whereas in this class, usually it is an older crowd from what I've seen. So how I would describe it is that within the first 30 to 40 minutes when you're doing the moves and stretches that he shows, my mind didn't wander off on the things and the stresses on my mind that day or that week, because I was kind of focused in kind of holding the pose or moving around the way he was teaching us. And, you know, he would walk around and correct our postures or anything like that. But nothing was intimidating. Is definitely, I'm a beginner. I've never done it before, except for what I've seen on YouTube. And throughout, he explains about how, like, if you move your body this way, it blocks stagnant energy or something like that, right? So he gets more into it. And then the last 15 to 20 minutes, when you are kind of in a certain pose or stretch, but more today, we were like sitting down on our knees. It's like, you know, when you do a workout and then you do a cool down. So during that cool down was when I felt the body becoming more, you say grounded, you can say more calm. So I noticed with their energy movement class, which is a bit more intense, whereas this one's Tai Chi Qigong class, at the end, walking out, I feel more neutral. That is the best word to describe it. So when there's so much anxiousness or all these emotions going on in your head or all these thoughts, your mind's racing. And I'm not saying like I come out feeling happy or like zen and sleepy from like a meditation class. It's just very calm in a neutral way. I'm trying to explain this, but it's like when you're moving your arms, your legs, or creating that ball of energy, I feel like they make you focus on the sensations in your body and you feel like the tingling and that kind of stuff. And he's like, do you feel the energy? And you do, but you purposely move slow for that reason, so you can connect with the energy. I've done some Tai Chi from YouTube videos, but it definitely is different when you have someone in class kind of explaining things to you, fixing some of your poses or how your energy is affected by these moves or like why you do things. And so I kind of do think it's a cooler experience. Okay, one quick thing I want to add about Tai Chi and Qigong class is that there is all the moves you do are slow, just like you see in commercials and what you see in the videos. And it is on purpose for that reason. And there is a power to the patience as you are doing these moves. And it's not excruciatingly painful or like where you're feeling like really impatient about it because the instructor is going along with you and showing you the way. When I take yoga class, I feel like it's more of a physical body thing. I'm sure there's other components to it. But with Tai Chi and Qigong, it's not as physical in terms of difficulty or it's straining at all. And that's why I like it. It's accessible to people that maybe can't move quite well. Also, there's an aspect where I feel like this type of exercise addresses the mental aspect of your body. And for someone that thinks a lot, wonders a lot, things are always running through my mind, it's actually a very complementary tool and modality. So if you are a person where your mind is kind of always thinking, I really do highly recommend giving it 1 or 2 classes a try because you'll see how just neutral and centered you feel at the end of class, but not sleepy or tired after like a meditation class, but not hyped up and super energized either if you were doing a workout class or maybe yoga. It's really hard for me to explain it, but that's why I suggest giving it a try. And I definitely would say a 1-hour class makes a huge difference than doing like a quick 10-minute video. Their classes are about $20 to $25 per class, depending on if you buy a package deal or you just drop in. So I feel like I'm so surprised to say this, but this energy movement or Tai Chi Qigong class has really, we always talk about energy and it's really hard to kind of see it. However, I feel like by doing this type of body movement, it makes you really feel the energy and kind of, I guess in a way, feel the difference afterwards. Today was kind of like a mentally difficult day for me. Just had a lot of things in my mind, reevaluating my life, especially for the past couple of months. And this episode I'm recording right now is probably, by the time this is released, this is like about a month ago. But I do come out feeling a lot more neutral and I guess you can say calm, but just very neutral. I wonder if that's also a version of peace. From what I gather when the instructor talks, it's a lot about how we don't move enough. And so there's a lot of stagnant energy and we don't connect a lot with our body and it affects the brain. They talk more. I remember the first session I got with them, they did a one-on-one afterwards talking about the meridians and all things like that I kind of forgot to expand on. But it is really fascinating, interesting. And also they give aura readings too at this place. They also have like aura reading machines. There's some places that do aura readings alone. They're on the pricier side, but here I saw a sign in the front saying aura reading $25, but right now they're doing it for $10. So I'll definitely check that out next week. So yeah, for something that I used to chuckle at as a kid, thinking that Tai Chi is for just old people at the park, I actually really suggest you giving it a try. And I feel like it might be a new thing I would say hooked onto, but I think I do prefer this body movement over, let's say, a meditation class because I feel like I'm being grounded and staying grounded by paying attention to my body throughout the hour. And at the end, the part where we relax, it really does, I feel the shift in the energy. I don't want to say it's like yoga because it's not, and I've taken yoga classes before, the ones that make you sweat and the ones that are more relaxing, but it's different. So I feel like I'm not doing justice with the way I'm explaining it in this episode. I'm sure if you Google Tai Chi or Qigong classes in your area, there might be some that pop up, or you can find some on YouTube. But again, a lot of the stuff on YouTube is really short, versus an hour of instructor. And these classes, at least the classes I've been in, there's only about maybe 8 people in them. So I feel like you still get a good amount of attention on you from the instructor to help you and to get supported. I hope you enjoyed this episode in my car with me, and let me know if you want me to try any other modalities. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Happy Healing Shop podcast. And if you have a second, please give us a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify, as it will help us reach more of our vibrant audience. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you next time.